Life. We are here at the Houston Museum of Natural Science in Sugar Land. Woohoo! Celebrating Pi Day, and also we are giving away these fancy solar eclipse glasses to our KPRC insiders. Are you guys loving your glasses? Oh, you're lining up to get your glasses. Yeah! Woohoo! Oh, look, they've got some people
might be pointing at the sun. It's super critical that we keep protected.
Really? So even our phones, we want to protect them?
Yeah, so you can actually burn the sensor in your cell phone's camera or in any camera if you point it at the sun for too long.
No
Absolutely.
way. I just thought we burned our retinas. Okay, that's really good to know. Sorry, phone. I was pointing my phone at the sun. I do it all the time. Okay, so we're giving away these freebies today, but of course, for people who miss out on our Solar Blast activation this week for KPRC insiders, they can just go to Houston Camera Exchange.
They can. They can either come into the store, we're at 5900 Richmond Avenue, or you can go to our website at HoustonCameraExchange.com.
Okay, that makes it easy. And come and see. These are some of the things you can get. Like you've got these really cool, wait, they're not in there. There they are. This is the box they come in, but really cool eclipse glasses. I mean, they are fancy. They take these to the next level if you want those. And then, of course, you have everything that you can use to protect your phone as well.
Really popular.
That's a whole kit. Okay, cool. So there you go. Houston Camera Exchange is where you want to go for that. Now, coming up on April 8th, it's a full eclipse.
It is a total solar eclipse.
Okay,
Correct.
so you have experienced one of these. So tell us, what can we expect?
So here in Houston, we're just going to get some shadows. It'll be very similar to the one that we had in October. However, if you drive just a little bit northwest of us, you can reach that line of totality, and that's where everything changes. It's a truly special experience.
What was it like for you when you were experiencing it?
So when I was in totality, it gives you chills. I still get chills, is the truth. Every time I talk about it, I get goosebumps. They're on my legs right now. So it looks like a hole has literally been punched through the sky, and the hole is like flaming. It has plumes coming off of it, white plumes that are moving, and that's the corona from the sun that you're actually able to view since most of that light is blocked.
Wow.
It gets cold outside. All the animals either go quiet or freak out. Same with the humans. It is an incredible experience.
You know who else did it? Anthony Yanez. He is here today, our meteorologist. Did you hear that?
I did.
Was that what it was like for you?
Exactly. I remember we had exactly 58 seconds of totality. And I remember, first of all, we had perfectly clear skies. I was in Eola Hills, Oregon. And temperatures dropped by about 15 degrees in a matter of probably 45 seconds as the sun got close, or as the moon got closer to completely covering the sun. And then right when you go into totality, you see the sun's corona, which is unlike anything you've ever seen. And every picture you ever see of the sun's corona does not do it justice of what it looks like when you take off your glasses and you look up at it and you realize what you're looking at is something you can't see because the sun is so bright. And so the sun is 50,000 degrees, but the corona is 2 million degrees. And the way it flares out, and just the noise, and the way that birds stop making noise, but like cicadas or crickets start making noise, the way the animals behave, and the way you hear cheers, and even the people that are just like can't believe it, and there are people around you who start crying. It's an entirely emotional experience, and that's what's incredible about it.
This is what we have ahead of us, and of course here in Houston we're getting about 80% of totality.
94%.
94.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
But that's not.
Glad you're here to fix up the numbers.
That's nothing.
Not the same.
It's
Not the same?
Yeah.
Not the same.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to talk a little bit more with an expert, an astronomer, coming up on Houston Life today and learning exactly what we'll see in Houston, where we have to be to see a full eclipse. It's so amazing. I mean, I'm totally nerding out. Derek, Tessa, it's going to be the coolest thing ever, basically.
It is such a great museum, Mel. Thank you so much, and congrats to all of our insiders who showed up today.
Yeah, like he was saying, the birds are gonna stop chirping during the eclipse,
Oh,
so
perfect.
you might get a little break from your
That
mockingbird.
mockingbird will
There you
finally
go.
stop.
There
If
you
only
go.
the loud neighbor car will stop. All right.
Welcome back to Houston Life. We are here at the Houston Museum of Natural Science For our solar blast, we've been giving away these really cool solar glasses to help protect your eyes during the full solar eclipse that's happening on April 8. We've been here with our friends from the Houston Camera Exchange. It's been so much fun. But if you've got burning questions about the eclipse, like I do, this is the woman we want to speak to. Thank you so much for being here, Hannah.
You're welcome.
This is exciting. You're from the Georgia Observatory.
Yes.
So you've trekked in to Houston for us today on Houston Live, but you're going to be coming back here on April 8th.
Correct, yes. So we're going to be bringing some telescopes from the Georgia Observatory, amateur astronomers who are actually very professional in their knowledge and their experience. Will be bringing all these telescopes out, and we'll have them here on display that you can actually look at the sun with safe solar filters on them.
Okay, because that's like safe solar filters. You want to be thinking about that because I mean it can permanently damage your eyes.
Oh, completely, yes. You definitely want to be wearing solar eclipse glasses that are an OSHA standard and or using a solar filter that is safe.
Okay, so this is really exciting because a lot of people are traveling out of town for the solar eclipse, and in certain areas there's going to be totality, which means we don't see the sun at all.
Correct. And we are not in the path of totality, but we will have 94% magnitude, which means it will get very dark. And we're expecting temperature to perhaps drop about 4 degrees.
And that's here in Houston?
Here in Houston, correct.
So you really don't have to travel to see a really amazing solar eclipse experience in your own backyard.
Exactly. You can stay here in the Houston area. Come on out on April the 8th during the day. We'll be here 10 to 3, and the totality is right about 1:40 p.m. And you can come look through the solar scopes. You get a free pair of solar eclipse glasses. We're going to have all kinds of fun activities, solar activities inside and outside. So it's going to be wonderful.
Oh my gosh. So that's at the Houston Museum of Natural Science right here at the Sugar Land campus. So if we're looking through one of these telescopes, what will we see on April 8th?
So on April 8th, we will be looking in with a special eyepiece. This has a solar filter that blocks about 99.99% of the sunlight.
Which means it won't burn your retina.
Exactly. It's a very specific type of solar filter, and that will then allow you to safely view the sun. You wouldn't be able to even see lights through this, only the sun, and you can see sunspots. You might see prominences on the side of the sun because this is a very active period in our solar cycle right now.
Oh my gosh, with the solar flares and all that. So that's what you see as an astronomer?
Exactly, and
so
then
amazing.
See the moon path crossing in front of the sun until it is almost totally covered, 94%.
Wow, and the moon is covering the sun so well because the moon's relatively close to Earth.
Correct, but it is just at the right distance that it is the same angular diameter, and so it will literally almost totally block the sun. If you are in the path of totality, there's a very narrow place you have to be because the moon is obviously smaller than the sun.
Wow, it's so fascinating. And just tell us, how far is the sun from Earth?
So the sun is about 93 million miles from Earth, or 150 million kilometers. It sounds very far, but yet you can look at it with a smaller telescope because it is relatively close compared to all the other items that are out there in the solar system.
This is so amazing. Hannah, thank you so much for telling us all of this information. If you want, guys, you can come here to the Houston Museum of Natural Science in the Sugar Land campus, and you can use one of these bad boys to go check out the sun on April 8th. So that's really cool because, I mean, I know it would be fun to travel, Tessa and Derek. I'd love to get out of town, but for some of us, we're stuck here in Houston. We're still going to get an amazing show.
Oh yeah, 94%, not bad.
Yeah, we're right here. Melcamp, thanks so much. And guys, I want to remind y'all that I'm going to be out at the Children's Museum tomorrow handing out those special glasses, courtesy of Houston Camera Exchange. This is going to wrap up our spring break Solar Blast week, so go out there and say hello to me and get your glasses.
Yeah, and make it easy. Be sure to become an insider first at clicktohouston.com and then head down to the island with us, or actually to the museum, the Children's Museum, to grab your special pair of solar eclipse glasses. Of course, Lauren Kelly was down on the island yesterday. All right, what do we